What's up, everyone? In a big moment that basically reverberated all around Twitter from what I've seen, Julian Assange, the controversial founder of WikiLeaks, has finally seen the light at the end of the grueling tunnel. After years and years of confinement and legal battles, he's reached a plea deal with the United States Department of Justice, a decision that marks the end of an era of relentless pursuit by governments and brings a sigh of relief to his supporters and advocates of press freedom worldwide. Julian's trials and tribulations began back in 2010 when WikiLeaks released a treasure trove of classified documents that exposed various government activities from all over the world. His work prompted a fierce backlash from several governments, but really specifically the United States, where officials argued that his release jeopardized national security, aka their favorite catch-all phrase next to conspiracy. The real crucible, though, for Assange started when he took refuge in an Ecuadorian embassy in London in 2012, seeking asylum to avoid extradition to Sweden over allegations that were unrelated to his work with WikiLeaks. He lived there under pretty severe restrictions, a virtual prisoner in a small building in the heart of London. This period for him was marked not only by physical confinement, but also by a pretty intense psychological toll, as every moment was shadowed by the fear of arrest. And it's like, I can make that assertion because I know what it's like to not know. It's one of the worst things to actually have to go through is the wait. In 2019, after Ecuador withdrew his asylum, Assange was arrested and subsequently incarcerated in Belmarsh prison, known for its really strict security measures and often reserved for the most dangerous and violent of criminals. Here, Assange spent 5 years battling extradition to the U.S., a fight that cast a massive spotlight on the potential consequences that he actually faced, including the possibility of life imprisonment under the United States' really harsh espionage laws. The plea deal, which involved Assange pleading guilty to a single count of conspiracy to obtain and disclose national defense information, comes as a significant relief. It allows him to avoid what absolutely could have been decades in a U.S. prison, probably at best. Instead, it's anticipated that he'll go back to Australia. The implications of Assange's release are pretty profound, both for him personally and for what it signifies in the broader context of journalistic freedom and the public's right to know. Assange's case has absolutely been a litmus test of sorts for the limits of press freedom and the extent to which governments will actually go to protect their own secrets. While his supporters celebrate his release as a victory for press freedom, it's also really important that we reflect on what Assange had to actually endure. It's a very sharp reminder of the personal cost of those who expose the truth and want to tell the truth. His health has absolutely been demolished, and the physical impact of prolonged confinement and legal uncertainty is undeniable. It's widely expected, like I said, that he'll go back to Australia, but what does the future hold for him and, the impact of his actions specifically? One thing I would say for sure is that his saga has ignited a worldwide conversation about our right to know as human beings, the responsibility of those in power, and how individuals like Assange influenced our collective dialogue, how one man can have a massively profound impact to disallow certain power holders to not be able to get away with any and everything that they want to, whenever they want to. His story is much more than a personal tale of resilience. It's a vivid illustration of the ongoing fierce battle for transparency and truth within our society. His experiences serve as a powerful reminder of the precarious balance that journalists and whistleblowers have to maintain as they dare to challenge these established authorities, showing, the sharp reality that real true freedom often takes a really heavy price, man. I, for one, am extremely happy to see him go home after all this time, instead of having to come over here to an American hellhole federal prison where, they would have thrown him in some deep dark hole like ADX for the rest of his life, and that would have been it. So, congrats, Julian. And I hope all of you are doing well, staying safe, and avoiding governmental persecution and prosecution. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.